Welcome back to the courtroom, where every word can shift a life forever. Today, we are diving into the case of State of Texas versus Kimberly Villanueva, a case that begins with a felony theft charge, but quickly spirals into shocking revelations about family, addiction, and the truth behind her struggles. On one side, the state is pushing hard, and on the other, a defense that's trying to convince the court she deserves one more chance. But what happens when the judge starts pressing for answers, and those answers don't add up? Stick with us, because in the next few minutes, you'll see how a simple plea deal unravels into emotional confessions, contradictions, and a judge who refuses to let dishonesty slide. The stakes: Kimberly's freedom, her credibility, and her future on probation. Let's get into it.
Property less than $2,500, 2 or more previous convictions. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility. That's Vashon's brain. Court is calling 2024 CR 009591, State of Texas versus Kimberly Villanueva. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Edelman.
For the defense?
Danielle Cranbrook?
And are you Miss Villanueva?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record. Excuse me, Mr. Folsom.
Okay.
Mr. Folsom, you're talking too loud. We're on the record. That's okay. All right, and it'd probably be best that you have a seat. You're charged with the offense of theft of property less than $2,500, 2 or more previous convictions. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years.
Right away, the judge lays down the reality. This isn't just petty theft, it's a state jail felony. That means up to 2 years behind bars and a fine as high as $10,000. And notice how the judge makes sure Kimberly understands her rights. This is standard procedure, but it's also a way to strip away excuses later. The courtroom is a place of accountability, and the judge is already setting the tone. No confusion, no misunderstanding.
In the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. The state recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration AL 2181212. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We would ask for the court to follow the agreement. She is willing to do the probation. She is not currently employed, but she's seeking employment. She does have call center experience. She's hoping to get another work from home job at a call center and to help take care.
Here, the defense tries to pull on the court's compassion, pointing out Kimberly's sick father with cancer, suggesting probation would allow her to care for him. But watch closely. The judge immediately presses for clarification. Is she actually taking care of her father, or is this just a sympathy card being played? This is classic courtroom strategy. Defense attorneys highlight personal struggles to soften the punishment, but judges won't accept vague statements without proof.
Her father, who is currently sick.
All right. So I have a question for you. You say you're taking care of your father. Is that correct?
Not really. He actually has cancer, so he's dying of cancer already.
I'm sorry, what?
He's dying of cancer. He has stage 4 liver cancer.
All right. So my question is, are you taking care of
No,
him?
ma'am.
That was a misstatement on my part, Judge. I guess I mean to spend time with him while she can.
All right. So here's the other question. When's the last time you had employment?
Last year at Speedy's Exchange. What Speedy Exchange? Yes.
Doing what?
Call center, telephone representative.
All right. Why do you continue to steal?
Because I haven't been able to get a job due to my felonies, my history. But I'm still seeking for employment, ma'am.
No, this is not the first time you're stealing. I'm trying to figure out your go-to is stealing. What if everybody who didn't have a job decided to steal?
And there it is, the judge calls out Kimberly's history. Since 2014, She's been arrested multiple times for theft. That's nearly a decade of repeat offenses. The question the judge asks here is powerful. Why is stealing your go-to? This is where the legal system struggles, balancing rehabilitation against a clear pattern of behavior. At this point, viewers, what do you think? Should a repeat offender with nearly 10 years of theft convictions still get probation? Or is it time for real jail time? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
So you have prior theft cases, and they were all state jail felonies. So why do you continue to steal? And according to this, you've been stealing since 2014, and you just want to stop stealing. So you're stealing and you're using drugs. Why is this?
Well, the past, yes, my last ones, yes, ma'am. I was an addict. I'm no longer using. I've been sober for quite a couple of years already. I did have a fallback to say that one time with this recent case that I have. But I haven't picked up a charge since 2013 for theft. I've been
No, not since 2013, because you have this and this. This is from 2023.
right. That was the most recent one, yes, ma'am.
So why do you
prior-
keep stealing? It's still not answering my question. I don't understand.
I was going through some personal issues at the moment with my kids.
With what?
With my kids being taken away.
Okay.
This moment is heartbreaking. Kimberly admits her children have been adopted, meaning her parental rights were fully terminated. That's not just temporary removal, that's permanent. For any parent, this is devastating, and for the court, it raises a red flag. If she couldn't hold it together for her kids, will she really succeed on probation? The judge's skepticism here isn't cruelty, it's based on a track record of choices that led to losing her family.
So I went to what I knew best.
But your children, were they taken away because you were using drugs?
No, ma'am, for allegations.
What allegations?
Of using drugs and then basically.
All right, for using drugs. So when were they taken away from you?
That's it.
And who are they staying with?
They've been adopted.
All right, so your rights were terminated. So here's my question. And you know yourself better than I know you, better than your attorney knows you. Do you really think you're going to do well at this probation? Because you had a choice to do what you needed to do and have custody of your children, and you chose to commit thefts and continue to use.
Yes, ma'am, because I didn't get my children back, but
I'm sorry, what?
yes, I do. I feel like the probation was me right. I will do my complete probation. I completed probation before successfully. Again, I had a tip, you know. I'm trying to go back to that. I'm just trying to do right, but times are hard.
And if you're drug tested today, and you will be, what is the results going to be? Tell the truth.
This is where the tension spikes. The judge asks a straightforward question. What will you test positive for today? Kimberly admits to marijuana. But the way she answers feels calculated, like she's giving the least damaging truth. Judges ask these questions not just for the drug test, but to measure honesty. And dishonesty in this moment can destroy a defendant's credibility instantly. Remember, honesty in court isn't optional, it's survival.
I'll be about marijuana.
And what else?
Marijuana.
So you're telling me when you're drug tested today, you're only going to be positive for marijuana? So if I send you across the hallway to get drug tested, I mean, that can happen today. And you're saying it's just going to be marijuana. All right. We can have a drug test done.
Yeah, boy.
Is there anything you want to say before I send you to go do your drug test? All right. So I'm going to find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. We're going to recall this for tomorrow. She's going to do a drug test today.
You can tell her that.
I'm sorry, not tomorrow. Is there something she wants to say?
There is, Your Honor.
Oh, what would you wish to say to the court?
Yes, ma'am. I can get positive for the drug.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm putting on my head positive for the drug advance.
And what would that be? All right, so why are you playing games with me? Well, no, that means you were dishonest with the court. I asked you, what would you be positive for? You said marijuana, nothing else. I told you I could send you right across the hallway to get drug tested. And you said, please do. Send me. I'm not going to be positive for anything else. So,
And just like that, the entire courtroom shifts. Kimberly goes from confidently saying she'll only test positive for marijuana to admitting meth use. This is exactly what the judge warned about: dishonesty. In a courtroom, once you're caught in a lie, everything else you say becomes suspect. Notice how the judge reacts, not with anger, but with firm disbelief. It's not just about drug use, it's about whether the court can trust her at all moving forward.
now you're telling me it's going to be meth.
Positive.
When's the last time you used meth? All right. And what else? All right. And who are you living with?
Currently, and I don't with my grandmother.
And how many children does she have living with her other than you?
No.
So if probation goes out there at that house, you're going to tell me that there are not going to be any minors at that house. So who all is in the house?
So it's just myself and my husband.
I'm sorry, who?
Myself and my husband.
At your grandmother's house.
My grandmother's deceased. She she's passed away last year in December. But it's her house. We were staying there at her house. It's her property.
So I'm confused. She said she's living with her.
Here's another red flag. Kimberly can't keep her story straight about where she lives. First, she says she's living with her grandmother. Then it changes. Her grandmother passed away, and now she's living in her grandmother's house with her husband. Inconsistent answers like this make probation officers suspicious. Why? Because supervision depends on knowing exactly where you live and who lives with you. If you can't give a clear, consistent answer, it signals instability, and that's a problem.
Grandmother.
No, she's living at her grandmother's house.
No, beforehand, she's like, I'm living with my grandmother. So now she's staying at her grandmother's house. And it's just her and her husband at her grandmother's house.
Yeah, I guess I missed the part where she said she was staying with her grandmother.
Okay.
I didn't hear that part. I just heard grandmother's house. But
So it's just you and your husband at your grandmother's house. And there are no children at that location. And how often is he using?
I think it is.
Okay, usually when people use, the people they're with usually use.
It's kind of like things that he doesn't do, but I'm not. He doesn't do.
All right, I'm going to place you on probation, but I'm telling you right now,
The judge makes it crystal clear, probation isn't freedom, it's surveillance. Officers will show up unannounced, check who's living in the home, and verify her compliance. And here's a key takeaway for anyone watching: probation may sound easier than jail, but it comes with strict conditions. One slip, one lie, one failed drug test, and that suspended 2-year sentence comes crashing down. Probation isn't a gift, it's a test.
probation is going to make visits at that location. Do you understand? All right. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact.
This condition might sound unusual, no contact with Walmarts. But it makes sense, most of her thefts happen there. Judges sometimes tailor probation terms to directly address past behavior. It's not about punishment, it's about prevention. If your crimes revolve around one place, staying away from that place is part of your rehabilitation. The question is, will Kimberly actually follow it, or will temptation strike again?
With Walmarts, and that means any Walmart, Good luck to you in this court. To be successful on probation, communication is key, okay? All right, good luck.
So, Judge, if you don't mind me asking you a question.
Sure.
So I be on TikTok and you be on court cam, you know? So when you tell defendants and you sentence defendants, how come you add the condition of not being able to work at a their facility or engaging with elders?
Oh, because to me, that's a vulnerable population. And I always ask people, honestly, if you had somebody who maybe they're in a nursing home, maybe they have dementia, maybe they have some sort of physical disability.
This is one of the most important lessons from the judge today. She explains why she bans felons from working in healthcare or childcare. It's about protecting the most vulnerable. Think about it: elderly patients, people with dementia, young children. These are groups who can't protect themselves if someone with a criminal past takes advantage of them. The judge even recalls a case where a caretaker stole a necklace from an elderly patient, a shocking betrayal of trust. Her point is simple: some jobs require more than skills, they require integrity.
Would you want someone caring for them who, is recovering, not in their sobriety, or committed an aggravated robbery? I once had someone who stole a person they was caring for. They stole items out of their home. They stole the Jesus necklace that was an image of Jesus. They stole it. You would have thought that would have given somebody pause. So then they come back and the agreement is for them to have probation. Okay. And I said they're not to have a job as a home healthcare provider. You know what they told me? But I just got a job as a home healthcare provider.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
So honestly, I don't know if all home healthcare providers are doing background checks on anyone.
Right.
And then when you think about it, if you have someone who's charged with injury to a child, do you really want them working at a daycare? So that's why I do it, because from what my experience being a defense attorney and a prosecutor, usually home healthcare providers, they're not doing background checks. And for me, taking care of children, being a home healthcare provider, you sort of have to have a calling to do that, because when you think about it, it's a lot of work.
Right.
And you got to have a lot of connections. And I just think that to protect the community, people who have felony convictions shouldn't be home healthcare providers, especially when they haven't even completed probation and they're just starting. Sometimes, I can change that, but they have to show me.
And that brings this tense courtroom battle to a close. Kimberly Villanueva walks out with 4 years of probation instead of 2 years behind bars. But make no mistake, this wasn't a victory. Her dishonesty, her history of theft, and her drug use mean she'll be under strict watch. One wrong move, and prison will be waiting. The judge showed compassion by giving probation, but also laid down strict conditions to protect the public. What do you think? Was probation too lenient, or fair given her struggles? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Until next time, stay tuned, because in this courtroom, the truth always comes out.